Like the average woman spends like a lot of money for just like all these kind of creams, right? And when you're 30, you have to have like an anti-age cream, an anti-wrinkle cream, and then whatever. So you have like hundreds of dollars what you spend during a month. But then we put on our pants in the gym. And all of the so we spent like so many $100 on this part, right? Okay, it's our face. I'm not saying that we shouldn't. But then it's like we put on whatever kind of toxic chemical on the rest. How can we be okay with that? And how can we be okay with, I don't know where the skin irritation is coming from. I don't know. It's just itching now, out of the blue.
Exactly.
Seriously,
So
I
because
don't, nobody's thinking about this. Like, why?
yeah,
Why is
exactly.
this okay? I don't know. Like, and this sports stuff, really, I don't know. Like, I don't know I saw this like in a documentary or something, and I was really, and then I researched it a little bit, and I didn't know that this is basically the worst part of clothing, which you have the highest level of toxic chemicals in, and I really didn't know.
Right.
So, and then I found, not making any ads here, of course, but I found like actually also during Fashion Revolution Week, there was a guy who I knew like a year ago, 2 years ago now, but basically wanted to explain the concept of CCELL.
Okay.
He held like, a talk, and he founded a firm on basically just producing gym clothes with CCELL. And
Okay.
here are two things which I found really, really, so it would be so nice if Nike and Adidas and all of the above mentioned people and brands would take this up, because C-cell is basically something, if you sweat and I have a t-shirt from them and it's really good. So basically their slogan should be, I don't know why it isn't, you can be 3 hours in the gym and sweat, you will never stink. Like you won't. Like I tested it, I have it, like I love it. You never stink. So basically C-cell is an odor absorbent thing. So it basically takes the stink and it puts it away. This is really cool. So
That,
whatever, you can run a marathon and you won't stink.
oh
And
wow.
it
I
really
didn't
is
know
like
about
it
that.
works. And the other thing is with C-cell is that if it hydrates your skin. So because of the C-cell, whatever positive things it has, the way it grows and everything, it gives back your skin some hydration. So
Hmm.
whilst you sweat, you get hydrated.
Wow.
So, and if brands like, really big brands, and we would need big brands to like really scale this, of course, right? So it's important to have big brands to make it a point. But I guess the very first point would be that, people would demand it, right? So
Right. Right.
brands always go like per demand. But, I think most of the people, like I would even say like 99% of the people wouldn't even know what I just told you, right? So I was
I
very
didn't know
surprised.
about that.
Yeah, I didn't know. But here's the thing, right? So the problem, or let's not the problem, like the challenge is, so we cannot do it without like the really big brands picking this up too, right?
Right.
Like the guy I mentioned was just like, it's Vida Sport, it's from Frankfurt, it's a very small firm. But think about, so how can we make Adidas and Nike say like, okay, at least we're gonna do a clothing line made out of C-cell, but we kind of like have to do it in a way that they're really interested in giving up. I'm saying things because I don't know. I don't know, maybe 40% of their margin for when they do it with plastic, right?
Hmm.
Because I don't know, if you sell, and again, I'm saying things, a $100 leggings and you're producing that for $5, right? I don't think it's more. Maybe, okay, let's be very
Exactly.
gracious, right? If you do it in C-cell, I guess you would have to do, so you have some research, analysis costs, and all of this around. And even if you could do it on scale, I would think that, they still would have a higher margin, but it would of course be lower than plastic, because how low can you can't go lower than plastic, right?
Right.
But if you had that in a very big brand, I mean, they can scale it. That's not the point, right? But of course, I mean, would have to have demand and like ask for these things to happen, right? This is how you can think about if Adidas would do it, maybe Nike would do one collection, conscious collection, I don't know, something like that, right? But if people understood that this would actually be giving them something positive back when they go to the gym and they hydrate their skin without even putting lotion on it. And they wouldn't, I mean, how cool is that? Think about, you would see somebody and have a date, or you would be flirting, I would be completely stressed after my workout thinking like, oh my God, do I stink? I would not talk to the guy, right? Think about this, right? And you would be like, oh, it's fine. I could just tap with him here and have a coffee because you don't stink. That would
Exactly.
be awesome. I think it's a game changer. But
Right.
anyways, I'm
Exactly.
talking, drifting.
So let me I have three questions actually. Let me
Yeah,
ask you, but before that, I have 2 minutes left for the Zoom. Let me
yeah.
just buy it. I think our conversation go a little longer. Just give me 1 second, okay? Thank you.
I kind of like knew this would happen.
No worries. Continue payment, credit card.
I think I have already another idea for another session.
Oh wow. See, that's how the idea comes up.
I think so. I think this is just one, but I think I will have more, I guess.
Yeah, let me just grab my card.
Yeah.
Oh,
You have the clock ticking?
yeah,
Oh.
it's
Oh
like
no. Okay.
1 minute 22 seconds. Just give me one.
Oh my God.
Oh, there, 2, 5. I
I think
don't,
you're gonna make it.
cut you off while you're doing that.
Yeah,
So
that's okay.
I was just waiting for you. Expiration 10, 28, billing for one. 1 moment. Okay, the meeting is now has unlimited minutes.
Oh, I see it too.
You see that too?
Yes, I saw it.
Perfect.
Cool.
Okay, we're happy now.
Yes.
Okay.
So you said you had three questions.
Okay, I have three questions and I can only remember two by now.
Great.
So, yeah, first of all, how do you spell CCELL?
CCELL, like the C, SEA,
Yes.
then the CELL,
C
CCELL.
Oh, CCELL. Okay,
Yes,
I
sorry.
got you.
What
Okay.
did I say? Was it too German?
No, no, no. I
No.
got C. I got C, but I got cell. S-A.
Ah,
I was like,
yes.
so cell. Okay, so the second, actually not a question, but it's something I wanted to say because you said it definitely gonna be a little higher in the price point, whereas if we compare it to the polyester, but I believe they are too focused to make the profits that they don't want to spend. That's,
Of
I
course.
think, the biggest thing of fast fashion. But
Yes.
but when I see they do the overproduction at the end of the year, they're burning millions of garments. And at that
Oh my God.
I think
Yeah.
and
Yes.
at that time I think about where's the money goes. You spend money to make that. Now you're in profit. You don't need that. You just burn it out. And harming the planet
Yeah. So
again.
that's a very good, very sad point you're mentioning.
Yeah.
So basically, the short
This makes
answer
sense
is
to me actually. Of course, at the business, I'm sorry, I'm cutting you off.
no, 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 no.
At
Please
the
go ahead.
business point of view, sometimes I am able to understand that you don't want it to, to keep the
You
with
don't want it to dilute.
exactly. You don't want to be, just keep it limited edition or whatever you call it. I don't get the word. To keep that, you burn the clothes, but it doesn't make sense a lot. Then why you're doing the overproduction? Just keep it as low, and whatever you're making, just try to make it sustainable and ethical.
Because so here's the thing. When you have and here also by the way, yeah, so you get my opinion, but you get it from somebody who has never worked in a fashion brand, right? So this is just for me, maybe how I think how the industry runs, right? From what I know. Whenever you have a new clothing line or let's say a project,
Mm-hmm.
and you're Zara or whomever, they're basically somebody who can like ramp up production very quickly. And we're talking about 1,000, like millions of clothes, right? You kind of like calculate from the way what you're producing of, for example, there are like basic, how much part of the collection is being basic. So meaning which you can still have for a longer time. Nobody would notice that this is not like really the collection. Then there are pieces who are made like with a sequins on it or whatever. There's something like more vibey, more for a specific price point also maybe, and for a specific like evening or like occasion or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But then at the end of the day, if I am the person who wants to get through with this project, I would simply think about not really of, I guess you have to say like on per product volumes, you deduct, and I'm saying something, this is something I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
You always price in, you don't sell 15% or maybe 20%. You price it in when you produce it.